Well, good afternoon. Welcome back to the tavern and the Oasis. Coming to you from inside the greenhouse. It is Saturday, November 27th, I believe. It is Saturday, November 27th, 2021. And it's been a long time since I've gotten a video put up on the site. And this is going to be a video that's up on the site. I'm going to talk a little bit here, and basically what I'm going to do is it's going to be a compilation of everything since the last video, which was put up somewhere in June. I think it was June 21st for summer solstice. Since then, I've done a lot of work in and around the Oasis, doing many different things. So I'm going to put a compilation up following this talk with some wonderful music, good country music. For those of you who like country music, maybe you just play the video to listen to the country music. They're good artists. They come from a music service I buy the music from. They're not mainstream artists, which makes them even that much cooler. You know, I rather enjoy them. At any rate, a lot of things have been going on in the Oasis. Some good, some not so good. Some things went well this year. This was a really interesting year for me. This was the second year of the Oasis, and I had a pretty decent crop in some areas, not so good in others. I did some more experimentation, created some things, failed. You know, I managed to get horseradish, made and canned my own horseradish. Turned out to be really excellent. My tomatoes did so-so, not as good as I'd hoped. I managed to make lots of really good salsa. My peppers did amazingly well. Amazing peppers this last year. I ended up making 3 different pepper blends out of my peppers because I did get some Carolina Reapers, just like 2 or 3 pods. They weren't very big, but they were enough. And so I managed to use those along with the other extra hot peppers and created a Devil's Breath pepper, which is going to be available up on the website, the dried version, a shaker bottle full of Devil's Breath pepper. Then I've also got the Death Pepper Mix, which is not as hot, but still pretty hot. And it's one of my faves. I made a lot of hot sauce bottles from that. Sold a lot of that hot sauce at the market this last year. Along with my salsa, to the end of the year, I was selling my salsa. My salsa was a big hit with everybody. And that recipe is available on the tavern's website. But you must become a member of the site to get that recipe. And there's a few recipes I've already put behind the membership wall. And they are really good recipes. You might want to check them out. I'm trying to put videos. I'll put videos up when I remember the video. And if you can figure out the recipe from the video, you don't have to become a member. But when I'm doing the videos, I don't measure anything. I just do it by hand because, well, that's where I've been cooking for 20 plus years, 30 years now. Is whenever I have to put the recipes down, I actually have to stop and measure everything and then write that down for everything. So it takes a little bit of time to translate those recipes from my brain into something people can use from the website. Like my cookbook, it has my recipes in it, but there's no amounts to the ingredients in there. It's all just the ingredient list going through. So it's kind of an interesting thing. At any rate, I've got a lot going on in the greenhouse here. I decided to experiment with growing lettuce and lettuce, bok choy, and spinach in the greenhouse to see how it goes. They're growing really well. They're about 2 or 3 weeks into it now, maybe 3 weeks, and it's just about right. The sprouts are up, they're growing, doing well. The greenhouse has been doing really well. I wasn't able to get here for just over a week and a bit, so the greenhouse got cooler than it should have because I wasn't here to keep the heat running, help keep the moisture content down. So I'm here for just this weekend, and then I'm back after a couple of days next week, and I will get this greenhouse back fully under control, and temperature-wise and humidity-wise and everything else. So the greenhouse has been coming along quite nicely. The plants that are in here are all happy and growing and doing well. We're winterizing some plants. I've got several pepper plants that I'm wintering over. I'm really hoping the Carolina Reapers overwinter in the greenhouse and that they get that massive head start in spring and start producing for me. That would be just awesome as hell. What else have I got going? Well, if you want to find out some of the other crazy stuff I talk about, tune in to the Rogues Tavern weekly show here on YouTube. It's a good show. The first hour you find on YouTube, and it's where I talk about all the prepping stuff, recipes, cooking, things you want to do. The second hour, we start to touch on things that kind of bend and break the rules here on YouTube. So you find it all over on Odyssey. The full show is over on Odyssey, and that full show goes into all kinds of stuff that's going on in the world today. I mean, our world is in a shambles, and they're making it worse. They, you know who they are, the elites, those in charge, those with the power to make the decisions to have things happen. You know, I'm unfortunately not one of those. I have to just learn to live my life like most of you out there that do watch this. You're going to have to learn to live your life and prepare. The biggest thing, as I've been telling people for the last, 5-10 years, in earnest, I've been telling people in earnest, all my friends, everybody in earnest for the last 2 years, prepare, stock up, prepare, stock up. And first they just thought I was a nut tart. And I said, no, man, something big is coming, man. You need to be stocked. You need to have food. You need to have meats. You need to have your freezers continuously full, your pantries continuously full. Do not let them get low. Keep buying. And now, with grocery prices having skyrocketed so much, by 25, 30, 40% over the last 4 months, they're starting to listen to me. Not too late. Not too late. I'll have this show up this week, so this show will still be timely. It's not too late, folks. We still got till January, February, maybe March. March is when the hammer is going to come down, because in March is when they're going to start releasing all the information about last year's crops. You know, at first they say, oh, the crops were good. This is what we got. This is what the harvest is expected to be. And they don't tell you what the real numbers are until 6 months later when no one's looking. And they've been doing that for a long time. Now they're doing it more so that people don't panic. Problem is that people are going to panic. I mean, here in BC, we got an idea on what that panic is going to look like when it happens. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we had a really heavy rainstorm which shut down major roads all over the island, all over the province, and cut off fuel supplies and cut off grocery supplies. The stuff still existed, it just couldn't be delivered to the places where it was needed. People panicked. Grocery stores, they were panic buying. Gas stations ran out of fuel. It's just full-on retard and insane. That's what's going on. So, at any rate, without much further ado, let's take it away, and here's a compilation of the summer at the Oasis. And now that we're coming into December, I'll try to keep all this up to date. I've got a really big piece coming up. I've got a piece on, I said without further ado, but then I'm going to ramble on again. I've got a couple of really big pieces coming up that I'm putting together. I started last summer for one, which is on my Onkonsu soil, as it's been dubbed, or biochar soil, and how to make it, how to produce it, how to use it. I've been working on that one. The other thing that's coming up is a big special event, something I started 25 years ago, which is now coming to fruition and being completed this winter. And whether or not that gets shared will depend on what it looks like after I've recorded it and talked about it. But there are some things happening, some big things happening at the Oasis, and a lot of big things happening in the world.
Well, I stagger and I fumble. Boys, I've been drinking for days. Well, I stagger and I fumble. Boys, I've been drinking for days. And the reason I'm drinking, my woman got some low down ways. Don't want me, baby, you ought to tell me so. If you don't want me, baby, you ought to tell giving me no rest since I've been in Nashville, Tennessee. One more verse and I ain't gonna sing no more. I'm gonna sing one more verse and I ain't gonna sing no more. 'Cause my train is here and you know I gotta go. tried to find her at the altar. I tried to find her back in school. I tried to find her in a barroom, just sitting on a stool. Well, maybe she's a vision, or maybe she's just a dream. Or could there really be a woman somewhere waiting just for me? What's a man gotta do just to find a little love? What's the price he's gotta pay just to find a special one? Is it only for the lucky, or do I have to push and shove? What's a man gotta do just to find a little love? I've been searching now forever. I've been tossed in the flood. I've been waiting for tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Well, you know I'm not the devil. I never hurt anyone, and the love that I've been needing, will I ever find me some? What's a man gotta do just to find a little love? What's the price he's gotta pay just to find a special one? Is it only for the lucky, or do I have to push and shove? What's a man gotta do just to find a little love? Well, I know my time is coming, and life's just around the bend. No more lonely nights without you. I find some happiness again. What's a man gotta do just to find a little love? What's the price he's gotta pay just to find a special one? Is it only for the lucky, or do I have to push and shove? What's a man gotta do just to find a little love? What's a man gotta do just to find a little love? What's the price he's gotta pay just to find a special one? Is it only for the lucky, or do I need to push and shove? What's a man gotta do just to find a little love?
It's always hard meeting someone new. Don't worry, girl, I'm feeling it too. Put the menu down, let me see your eyes. We'll break this ice in no time. Don't be nervous. We got this, yeah, we got this. We got a little conversation going. We got that red wine flowing. We past the not knowing if we have anything in common when that song came on. And we got a good vibe and we're smiling. We got a spark, can't deny it. There's something lighting up here between us you can't miss. Yeah, we got this. The shaking in your voice is gone. You're laughing at my jokes, I must be on. It feels like the whole world disappeared. Now it's just you and me here. And we got a little conversation going. We got that red wine flowing. We got past the not knowing if we have anything in common when that song came on. And we got a good vibe and we're smiling. We got a spark, can't deny it. There's something lighting up here between us you can't miss. Yeah, we got this. Conversation going. We got that red wine flowing. We got past the not knowing if we have anything in common when that song came on. And we got a good vibe and we're smiling. We got a spark, can't deny it. There's something lighting up here between us you can't miss. And the way you're leaning in right now, I think you're trying for a kiss. Yeah, we got this. We got this.